Hey, happy Tuesday. So I'm coming on because I'm practicing tonight my epic living philosophy, my having power through ease mindset. I made the jury today. It feels like I said I made a team, but I got selected to be on a jury today, which is something I've always wanted to do. The last time I got a summons, I had a newborn, and they excused me from the obligation. But today I went, and it was really boring. The whole day was spent in silence, sitting in a chair. And I want to tell you about how I made it epic. So the first half of the day, we were in a room waiting to get called into the courtroom. And I actually knew somebody who was also being summoned for jury duty, so I got to talk to her. That was pretty cool. And then we had lunch, and then the second part of the day, we were in the courtroom, and they were selecting the jury. And it was from 12:30 to 5:30. And the first half an hour, we did the thing where we answer questions and raise our hand. But the rest of the 5 hours was sitting in silence. You weren't allowed to have your phone on. You weren't allowed to talk. People would whisper a little bit and get scolded. People would get their phones out and get scolded. Your phone had to be off, not just on silent. And they played white noise above our head. Shh. The whole time. I actually had a headache by the time I left. I thought I could ignore it, but it was a bit grating. Anyway, that situation was intensely boring. People were falling asleep in their chair. People, you could get up and go to the bathroom and come back, and that's it. The rest of the time you sat there in silence. And I like to move my body. And so for the first couple hours, I was watching, and I was like, I'm going to intently watch this like it's a TV show. And I imagined being a lawyer, and I looked at all the different jurors sitting around, potential jurors, and I imagined who they were, and I appreciated the diversity in the room and all this stuff, right, to kind of keep my mind going. I thought about videos I wanted to make. I thought about a training that I'm going to do in a couple weeks and what I want to say in that. I thought about all the things, but eventually I was just kind of falling asleep. And so when it got to the point where I had fallen asleep, in my chair a couple times, I had been trying to talk to the person or make eyes with the person next to me. There's a person right next to me. I want to communicate. But she was being good. She wasn't talking. And then there was a moment when I caught her eye. Oh, something funny happened in the courtroom and people laughed. And I took a moment to say, don't you wish we had some paper we could play tic-tac-toe? And she said, I have some. So she brought out paper and a pen and we started playing tic-tac-toe. We played 5 or 6 times, and then I just picked up the notebook and I wrote her a note. And we passed this notebook back and forth the whole rest of the time. And I learned so much about her, and she learned so much about me. And it was incredible. I thought it would just be small talk, but we talked about our relationships, and we talked about she's moving in a couple weeks. Anyway, we talked about real stuff. And I looked around at everyone else still falling asleep. And then some people were still sneaking in whispers. But I just knew that we had the best time out of anybody because we took a chance and figured out, we adapted it. We made it epic. It was incredible. And so we walked out together. We both got selected for the jury. And then we're excited to see each other tomorrow. We probably won't get to talk very much, but I bet we'll have lunch together. And anyway, I'm super excited to be on a jury, and I've also made a new friend. So this week is actually a pretty inconvenient week for me to be gone for 4 days. It's right before vacation, and my husband will be off work, and so he has to take, he'll be taking off more work. And I've decided to have complete ease about it and not worry one little bit and just have a great time. This is a bucket list item that I'm checking off, And I've already made a new connection. And yeah, talk soon.